How's it going, everybody? Keep here, and welcome to part 5. Pretty sure it's part 5 anyway. Anyway, welcome back to part 5 of What If Deku Was Part Dino. Sorry I haven't been uploading a lot, but I just got sidetracked with my job and everything. But anyways, let's get back into it. Now, I last left this off with Stain talking to Izuku. Shigaraki saw this, and then he said, "Hey, Dino, why don't you go out with Stain here and try to convince him to join our group?" Izuku turned to Shigaraki and said, "Okay, but I'm not promising anything." Shigaraki nodded as Kurogir reopened the portal, and Stain and Izuku exit out. Stain and Izuku got a pretty good distance away from them before they had a little chat for themselves. Stain, I don't really want to join your little group. And Izuku replies, "It's okay if you don't, Stain. I get it. Your ideologies don't line up with ours. Well, with theirs, anyway. They want to destroy the society for their own way." And Stain looked to him and said, "Yes. But why exactly do you want to destroy society?" And Izuku turned to him and said, "See this face I have? You see this entire structure that I'm going with as of now? Society, they turned me into this. Society is nothing but a barrier that needs to be broken. And quite frankly, I don't care who I have to kill to get it. To die." Stain nods his head. Skip over tonight, and Stain is dealing with Native. He hides out in an alleyway. Ida sees where Stain is headed, and he follows. Bakugo, who also went on the manual, he said to himself, "Huh? That's the same place Stain's going. That dude's gonna get himself killed. Whatever, I don't care about some..." No. This can't be. This happened before. Izuku. I'm not letting my classmate die. Not again. Then he goes off running after Ida. Ida stayed on fighting, staying having a massive advantage, while Izuku is just there in the corner, not paying attention. Well, he is paying attention, but from a distance, so no one knows that he's there. Stain ends up using his quirk on Ida, and as he's about to deliver the final strike, in comes Bakugo, yelling out, "Atomic State! 10%! Hydrogen Smash!" He says as he pulls his fist back and yellow electricity forms all around him. He punches Stain and it sends him flying over to where Izuku is. Izuku looks at Stain, who is now right beside him, then looks back at the two and thinks to himself, "Wow. Seems like little Bakugo's got a bit of an upgrade. Oh well. That just makes him a better target." And Ida's getting ticked off, saying, Why didn't you let me fight him on my own? This is my battle." And Bakugo turned to him and said, "It doesn't matter." He then picks him up over his shoulder and says, "I'm not letting another classmate of mine die." He then dashes, using One For All, which he has, and everyone else just thinks it's Atomic State. Stain turns to Izuku, Stain is barely conscious at this point. Stain says, Dino, take my hand. And Izuku says, Stain, you know what'll happen if I do. And Stain replies, you're the only one I trust with it. Izuku nods, takes his hand, and using his first quirk, copies Stain's quirk. As green energy flies all around them. Sure enough, he leaves the alleyway that he was in. Heroes sent up finding Stain knocked out, but, well, barely knocked out. And they have no idea why, but Stain is just smiling. And finally, Endeavor goes like, why the hell are you smiling? He turns to Endeavor and says, this isn't the end, you fake heroes. My prodigy I have already sent out a prodigy who will destroy every one of you fakes. Curious, Endeavor goes, and just who is that? And in the distance, everyone hears, that would be me. They turn to see Izuku, or Dino as they call him. And Manuel goes to rush at him, and Izuku uses sounds penetrate that are coming out of his right eye to stop Manuel dead in his tracks. He then says to Manuel, a lot of power goes a long way, huh? Then he engulfs his hand in flames and punches Manuel in the face, sending him flying. Off in the distance, Izuku can see the flying gnome Moo coming to pick him up. So Dino says, "Oh, looks like that's my ride." But one more thing before I go. Yes, I am Stain's prodigy. Dino then puts his hand in the air and says, "And yes, this Dino will destroy all you fakes." The flying Dino then grabs Dino by the hand and flies off. News quickly goes on about Izuku being the successor of Stain, which he kinda is. And in their little hideout, Shigaraki, looking defeated, said, "Dang it. He had a cool quirk, too. If only he wasn't so full of himself." And then Izuku chimed in, saying, "Well, actually, it's not a total loss." He held up his right hand, well, left hand, as blood came from it and formed a giant red sphere. Surprised, Shigaraki turned to him and said, "You mean Stain?" Izuku interrupted, "Yes. Stain entrusted me with copying his quirk. And for that, I'm only going to use it for a certain hero. A hero who's even worse than us." And Shoko and Shota, with her hands on her boyfriend's shoulder, asks, "If you don't mind me asking, honey, who is this hero that you're going to use that quirk on?" Izuku turns to his girlfriend and says, "He's the one that killed my mom. The one that started my time as a villain in the first place. Endeavor, your own father." And that's where I'm going to leave it off. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, boom, slap that like button across the face. I definitely need something to drink after this. As you can tell. Catch you in the next one, guys. Laters.